she definitely got influenced by somebody. Americans! Or something like that. I don't know. They're hinting at something. They're hinting at us Americans making one of their Chinese netizens bad. Hello! Welcome to SNT Chats, where I bring you news that maybe Chinese citizens are pretty good detectives. Maybe even better than the ones in America.
Okay.
Maybe. If their information are correct.
I mean, girls are very good detectives.
We got their sixth sense.
The sixth sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we want to bring you news about Menghan Zhuang, also known as Emily King. She is a 23-year-old college student who was studying art at the California Institute for Arts in Valencia. So the student, Menghan, was found dead in her apartment. Right. So she was found dead on February 4th.
Okay.
And then all of this articles, I guess, just came out because the police is looking for information, is looking for help, right? Okay. So what happened was that Menghan was found dead in her apartment, and in Los Angeles, it was said that Menghan unresponsive when her roommate went to go find her. So then she called 911.
So her roommate found her dead.
Yeah. Unresponsive. So the officer in charge is Lieutenant Michael Modica. So Modica said that according to the state that she was in, it did seem like there was multiple injuries to her upper body. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. And now the police are seeking help identifying someone who went out of her apartment via the window, like not the door, he didn't leave from the door, he left from the window, like he jumped out the window.
Okay, so you're saying before this incident, someone was in her room.
Yeah.
And they got in the room through the window.
The thing is, they said that the two of them, Zhuang Han and this mysterious guy, entered her room the night before.
Okay, so that's recorded.
Okay. And then it was also recorded that the guy, hours before her roommate found her, he left her room.
But not through the door, through the window.
Right.
Okay. Is this guy...
Well,
what ethnicity is it?
We can't see because the video or the picture recording is like very blurry. But the police, the LA County sheriffs, said that looks like it's of Asian descent, but it does not look like.
Oh, this guy?
Yeah, it's so blurry.
He doesn't look like Asian. He look like Latino.
Nah. So in all of the articles that say, let's bring one up, New York Post, it said that Zhuang is a Chinese national living in the U.S. on a student visa. She is here for at least 3.5 years. She's fourth year college, so obviously she's gonna graduate soon. So the thing that we have to know is that the police officer, Modica, said that there was several upper body injuries. And then New York Post said that officials found Zhuang suffering from several upper body injuries but wouldn't disclose the extent or type of injuries. So then in another article from the Fox 11 News Los Angeles, they also said that she's 23 years old, she's from Chinese national on student visa. She was discovered dead in her 2-bedroom apartment. So Fox News LA revealed that Zhuang had a male companion that arrived at her home the night before, right? So that's the part I told you.
Yes.
And that they also said that surveillance video shows the men exiting through the window.
Oh, okay. The same guy.
The same guy.
Okay.
Yeah. What the police station is saying is that it is clear this was not a random act of violence, and she somehow knew the persons of interest. So when they put out the picture to say, hey, if you know this person, like, let us know. We have a reward for you, right?
So they're looking for this guy.
Just looking for this guy for more information. Yep. So then the police also said, we hope people will have the courage to come forward and help investigators and identify the individual responsible for the senseless and violent act and help bring closure to the family. So they are saying that they need help identifying this guy to see if he is the murderer.
Well, they want to talk to the guy.
Right.
Because that's the only clue they have right now leading to her death.
Yeah.
But she has a roommate.
Yep. So a lot
Did her roommate get interviewed, or what did her roommate say?
Yep. So a lot of the article said that the roommate was very cooperative. We can confirm that she is not involved in this.
Yeah, I know. But like the roommate doesn't know anything about this guy?
Not in the article. Nothing in the article is saying anything about what the roommate said. The roommate, whatever the roommate said, is between her and the officer. Whatever we know now is what the police gave out.
I think that's how the American kind of the system works.
Yeah.
Is they don't want to put out information.
Too much information.
Like a blue and white report.
You don't know what we're talking about. Look at our other videos.
They want to, be as accurate as possible and not accuse or make up or assume things before everything is like set and go.
Yeah.
It's protecting the people. That's why I think they do that.
So I actually found this out on Douyin.
Interesting. Did they come out with the blue and white report?
No, they didn't. But a lot of netizens have been like saying, "Oh yeah, she was she's so different from how she was." Let me bring up a.
What do you mean
picture.
she's so different? Like people that knew her before?
No, they're just saying how different she is from when she was.
Oh, when she first arrived in America
versus how she was in China.
女留学生庄梦涵国内账号公开，生前穿着反常，关注男生兴趣和绿卡。23岁的她本是浙江温州的一名才女，托福满分考入美国加州艺术学院，怀揣着对艺术的无限热爱与憧憬。2月4日，她的离世消息留下了一连串未解的谜团和深刻的反思。庄梦涵，一个曾经阳光、才华横溢的女孩，她的社交账号成了解开谜团的关键线索。从保守到大胆，她的穿着风格发生了180度的大转变，这背后隐藏着怎样的心理变化？是自我探索的勇气，还是外界压力下的妥协？
Oh, she's so different when she was in China versus when she was in America. She definitely got influenced by somebody. Americans! Or something like that. I don't know. They're hinting at something. They're hinting at us Americans making one of their Chinese netizens bad. Right? All right. So,
what do you mean by bad though? Like,
there's this post from this person, right? We're just going to read it. So, if you take a look at it says 出国前. So, it says basically that means before she left the country, she likes to eat. She likes to pet cats. She likes wear traditional Chinese costumes. And then she also likes to tell herself, you have to love yourself. Like good positive stuff, right? And then after she left China, she was wearing like sexy like socks. She was posting very R-rated photos. She had red nails and all that stuff.
Okay, does this person know her?
No.
Where did they assume she likes to pet cats?
Probably because she has a picture of
her
cat
touching a cat
somewhere.
Like it sounds like this person knows her so well.
I know, right?
Yeah, like personally.
Zhuang Menghan was with this guy. She became different. She posted all this stuff, and she's very different from before. So the Chinese netizens are all saying that this guy is the reason why she went downhill.
Oh, well, it says here, like, some of her classmates, like, said that ever since she was with this Western, 外国, it could be Western or just not non-Chinese,
right.
Boyfriend, he's been controlling her.
Right.
Kind of like narcissist, kind of. And that she's been domestic violence.
So she's been abused, and then she's been, like, mentally controlled?
Yeah.
I don't know what the right word for that is.
Yeah.
A lot of Chinese netizens are also saying that her boyfriend is a arts CEO.
Arts CEO?
Yeah. She's with someone that's so old. So in that picture, it says that she spent $400K and her dream was to get a American visa, a green card, PR, permanent resident card, right? But then it's like, well, I mean, she could have spent $400K just on tuition and her living expenses. Like, how would we know that she wanted her lifelong dream was to get
a green card?
Right.
Yeah, and she's still a student, so she still has visa.
Right.
And then if she gets accepted to like she finds a job in America, then they give her American visa and she can go the natural proper route
Right.
of becoming an immigrant
Right.
and then getting her green card.
Yeah.
Instead of having to
Buy her way in.
and go the marriage route.
Yeah.
Which might not be able to be allowed anymore.
Yeah, with everything that's happening. Yeah, but they're saying one, her boyfriend is a blah blah blah
Psycho.
CEO, a psycho, right? And that she's getting hurt. Right, I want to bring that back to the American articles. Although injuries were found on her, they weren't disclosed what type of injuries, right? So that got people thinking. And then the New York Post article said that Monica didn't acknowledge reports of Zhuang having an older boyfriend or if there was any domestic violence history in the relationship. So the officer in charge isn't saying anything about this side
Well, I think
case.
because they're not sure.
Right.
But I do believe in America they do take domestic violence pretty seriously.
Very seriously.
Because, you know, it's very pro women rights, especially in California. It's a very blue state. So women's rights are a huge thing. So
The reason why I think she posted that, like, oh, he's hitting me during, and he threw me, is because if you look at her Instagram, it feels like she's very into BDSM.
oh,
Yeah.
so she still has her Instagram.
Yeah, her Instagram is still live.
Okay.
If you guys want to know what her Instagram is, I guess you can go look it up. Like,
Yeah.
like you'll be able to find it. But yeah.
I feel like for her, I don't want to say anything bad, but like seeing like the kind of pictures she posts and stuff like that, like it's kind of like 她自己招惹的 a little.
like she kind of
brought it
was
on,
called
brought
was-
it onto herself, and it probably went to a certain extreme. Yeah. That's why it ended like this.
Yeah.
But she probably liked that kind of stuff a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah. So that's also why the Chinese netizens on Douyin are saying, oh, she's changed. Like, she's not as clean and as pure as she was when she was in China. And then when she came to America, she got so bad. But then it's
That's
like,
her own self. That's
Yeah.
her own problem or whatever it might not, that's her own, she chose to change. I don't
Yeah.
think it's the society that caused her to change.
right.
Yeah. I mean, we've lived in America like 20 plus years and we're not like that.
Yeah.
So definitely, you know, who you choose to be around with, I think that's also a big factor. Of course, there are, you know, not so good people in America. And if you choose to hang out with those people, then you will, you know, be influenced as well.
I mean, basically saying, oh, this girl was such a beautiful person, and now that she went to America, she became like this, and she got murdered.
That's just brainwash. That's just pure brainwash, propaganda.
Yeah.
That's just propaganda on America.
They're just like,
That's just pure propaganda. Like, it really depends on what point of view you look at it.
Yeah.
You know, and if you like, I can look at China and be like, oh, it's so great. You know, it's so high tech. But is that really like the case?
Yeah.
You know, and I can be saying that if I don't really know. You know, it's same thing with these Chinese people. They're just propaganda.
yeah, the Chinese Douyin, it's catered to Asians, like Chinese, right? It feels like Asian people, they're so proud of China that although they go to the United States, like we said in the previous videos, they will still badmouth the United States. You
That's
know,
because they get paid.
oh Lord.
Okay, wait, no. First of all, people on there, you look at Douyin and you think they all say Chinese people are good, right? China's good.
They all say America is bad.
America
is bad
because
America's scary. There's so many deaths right now. Blah 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 blah
That's
blah.
because Douyin is censored by the government. They only allow those things to show up on your feed. And the other things, if there's something that says China is bad,
right.
they will take it down.
Right.
That's why.
Now that you said that, what you said, you actually reminded me of the video you sent me.
Yeah, I have to show you guys this video. This is just too crazy.
他们的儿子虽然是你们生我出来，但是背叛党 所以我不会原谅你。舒海，他是你爸爸，你也是。你这读书越多，就越反动。
是我该死，我该死，同志，是我该死，我该死，我不应该生儿子，我不应该生儿子。哎呀，说废话啊！
他是你爸爸呀，天大地大呀，都不如党的恩情大呀，爹亲娘亲都不如母亲。你知道什么是对，什么是错吗？党会指导我的，我们要相信党，我们要相信群众。如果你们还不知道错的，你们就会灭亡。
I was scrolling and I saw this video, and it's a video of, I believe it's during the Cultural Revolution, right?
Yeah.
A little boy, maybe he's like 5 or 6, I don't know, something like that. And he was persecuting his parents.
Yeah.
Like he was literally telling his parents to kneel down,
Right.
and slapping his dad and mom. Why? Because he said, oh, you guys aren't listening to the Communist Party, or
Right.
you guys aren't part of the party.
Right.
So one thing about the Chinese Communist Party is you have to join it.
Yeah. It's mandatory.
Yeah, in school. And when you join it, you have to like raise your fist up or something. And you have to say, like, I swear to the Communist Party, blah, blah, blah. Like my blood and soul.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, literally.
Dang.
Yeah, you have to do that. And then in school, they will give you a
A scarf.
yeah,
A
and
red
then-
scarf.
Yeah, a red scarf, and then you're entered into the party.
Ah.
So this video, I guess the parents didn't or couldn't,
Right.
and he's just persecuting them.
It's crazy how like their own child would believe the party instead of his own parents. But what's even more enraging is the point that the kid was like, "You're not my parents because my parent is only like the
Communist Party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Like, I only believe in the party.
No.
And then, like, I think there's one scene, the video, the mom was like, oh, why are you so not obedient? Like, do you know what you're doing is right or wrong? And he's like, I don't need to know. The party will tell me.
Yeah. What the? Yeah.
This kid is like 5 or 6, maximum 10 years old. That was just so shocking to me.
It's just scary, you know, like how in Cultural Revolution that the party is trying to control the younger generation because, you know, only the younger generation would follow because it's the hype, because their friends are doing it, you know, things like that.
And they might got some benefits for sure, and then they just sworn into it.
Yeah.
But it's just, I think it's just not human to go against your parents.
Yeah.
Like, that is just out of humanity. Like, that is just, anyone who does that is just, not human. Sometimes your parents are wrong, you know, unless those kind of like psycho parents, you know, we've read of that.
Yeah.
Like, your parents might not be right, but it's all about respecting them, you know? You don't have to agree with them. You don't have to like listen to them obediently like every single step. But they gave birth to you and they raised you. And if you do, you know, anyone that has been a parent, you will understand how much a parent can give to a kid. So just, if you have a kid, you probably get what I'm saying. But yeah, like, it's just out of humanity, like, to go do that. Like, it's just, it's just not human.
I mean, you guys have to understand, like, it's really mind-blowing for us.
Yes.
Because in our traditional Chinese culture, it's said that it's 仁义礼智信.
Yeah.
What Selena said, like, even if our parents are wrong, even if they're crazy in the head, you know, it's not like we're disobedient. We listen to them to a point, but we don't have to necessarily follow. Right? And it's not just like listening to parents, it's just respecting, as you said, and it's just, I don't know how to say it. It's in our blood, it's in our tradition to be respectful to our elders.
Filial piety.
Yeah.
It's huge in China. Like, Chinese traditional culture is huge. And I think we both got like the most traditional culture, actually, shockingly, in a Western community, civilization, while the Chinese people who are actually in China, they don't.
Yeah, they don't.
Like, that's just shocking.
Yeah.
And it's because my parents, you know, they grew up in China. They changed the history books. The the 5,000-year culture history, they changed like the good people to bad people to good people. Like if you know 三国演义, the three kingdoms,
yep.
Yes, so in their books they will say the bad person is the good one. They just twist up everything. It's so mind-blowing.
Yeah.
I remember when I was younger, like my dad would tell me stories of his childhood and I just could not understand. Like I just can't believe it. Like something like that actually happens, you know? And it's just, even to this day, it's really hard for me to believe some stuff or understand why they do it. But I think the Communist Party is run so deeply in Chinese people's blood.
Yeah. Or in their minds.
Yeah, minds.
Yeah.
That they do not realize that it's not normal to think that way or to act that way.
Yep.
It's like a really
very Chinese thing to do.
We always say it's a really Chinese thing, but in reality, it's a really communist thing.
Right, and I mean, there's like news like the past few years about how Chinese people, when they go to other countries for tourists, and then they would do things that's like crazy, you know, like I remember there's this news about this Chinese kid drawing on the pyramid in Egypt, and then there's another news about this lady pooping on the streets in London. You know, these are all Chinese people who does not have the correct values in their mind. That's what I think that makes them do that. Like they think it's okay to do.
You know, it's so sad for me to say this, but when I was younger, like I did not want people to think that I was Chinese. I was so ashamed.
Yeah.
Because I feel like whenever I go and see a lot of Chinese people, I just feel so embarrassed. Like the way they act and do. And it's so sad for me to say this, but I was so embarrassed. Like I did not want to be Chinese, so like I tanned myself and tried to be as Western as I could. Like this is honesty. Like that's how I grew up, kind of. And it wasn't until like later when I went to a really good school and I learned the traditional Chinese values and culture, then now I like really treasure it and think it's so beautiful. But it's just so sad.
Yeah. We do apologize for jumping around in our conversations. As we said, there's no script.
If you like our chats, you know, don't forget to like and subscribe. Well, no,
we keep forgetting to say that.
No. I do it on purpose. Why? Because it's a way of tactic. You don't want to like push people right away. So people want to do it subtly, subtle, right, these days. But yeah.
So don't forget to like and subscribe. That's what we bring to you today. Let us know what you think about the situation with Menghan or Emily King is. Leave a comment below, and we will see you next time. Bye.